What's up, guys? It's Tarek with Backswax Packs, and give me a second. I'm actually loading my screen up here so that I can show you on the computer. So I made a video. I had an original video of me opening because I opened my cards live, and it's really to protect myself and also protect the sellers, and then kind of capture the experience, especially when my kids are here. But in this case, with the card that I'm talking about, and I'm going to show you here in just a second. I did this live opening because, because it was an expensive card. It was a fancy card, and I bought it as a gift. And what it turned out to be was completely fake. What really caused a problem here, and I'm going to show you my computer screen here in just a second. So I'm going to shrink my face down here and go straight to the screen. Let me just go to my eBay purchase history real quickly, and then just go straight to the card. All right, and then I'll explain to you how this is pretty much a scam that almost cost me. So here on this screen, you're going to see, here it is right here, right? So I bought this card, this one right here, okay? It was listed as a Jordan, a 1984-85 Star Company #1 rookie card. And so I talked to the seller. He had just listed it or something like that, and it was, I don't know, whatever it was, I was like, hey, look, I think it had a best offer or something. I said, look, where are you at on this? And he's like, hey, you know, $2,500, and it's a deal. And so I'm like, okay, fine, you know, whatever. So I look down here, and here's a description of the items, and this is where I want you to be very careful. And look, some of you guys are such veterans at this. I'm not, all right? I've been out of cards for 30 years. I'm doing it now because I have my boys back in my possession, and I'm catching up. But I'm not skilled. I don't have all the, I can't tell based on color because I haven't seen many of these in person, or any of them actually. So I don't have much to compare them to. So please, while it may seem stupid to some of you and obvious, it wasn't necessarily to me. So here's the deal. So I'm looking at this here, and I scroll down, and the first thing I'm looking at is I want to see the description. And here it is right here. Obviously, as you can see, 84-85 Star Company rookie card. Then I look over here, and it says it's an original. Now, keep in mind, I completely did not even see this part. I was looking only at whether I wanted to know if it was an original or a reprint. Now, logically, it would say that it would have to be something else, you would think, because it was marked so cheap. But I've seen weirder things happen on eBay. I just watched a guy sell a bottle of wine, I think, for like, because he listed it wrong, and he sold it for $3,000. And it was worth like $300,000. Another guy resold. So I'm like, maybe this is a lucky day for me, and it fell in my lap. So, right or wrong, I went ahead and said, okay, does this come with the authenticity guarantee? And it did, right here, authenticity guarantee. So I'm like, okay, look, worst case, if this thing is not authentic, then I'm going to get my money back, and eBay is going to send it back to the seller. Right? Wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Let me explain to you why it's wrong. There's a catch here, and I think these sellers know this, okay? So here's the deal. You need to read, and I'm going to see if I can find more information. I'm going to find, here it is, learn more. Let's go to the authenticity guarantee first, okay? And I'll try to get to the point here, but let's just be clear. Before purchasing, check the seller's return policy. If the seller doesn't accept returns, the sale is considered final. If the seller has a time frame for returns, you must have. It is unlikely, in the unlikely event your card is damaged in transit, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let me get to where the authenticators are. Okay, so they are touting that they're going to do a multi-point inspection. They're going to verify whatever, blah, 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 right? And here's where it gets crazy. Learn more. Okay? Items that display the authenticity guarantee badge in the listing are first shipped to an authenticator who inspects the item prior to delivery to the buyer. The inspection ensures that the item purchased matches the listing description, right, and verifies the item's authenticity. Authenticity guarantee purchases are covered by eBay money back guarantee as detailed in this policy with specific requirements and or exclusions. Now be very careful with this. If an authenticated item is eligible to be returned, the buyer will be asked to ship the item back to the authentication facility for inspection to ensure the item is being returned is in the same condition. Fine. What the sellers need to know, what the buyers need to know. Some purchases inspected on authenticity guarantee are considered final sale. Final sale. Now, if I go back here, this is considered, I believe this guy had it listed as a final sale. And I don't remember where that may be listed or not, but I want to say it was listed, whatever. Let's go back over here. eBay money back guarantee does not cover the final sale purchases on the basis that the item doesn't match the listing. Returns for final sale purchases are only eligible to cover under eBay money back guarantee when The item is damaged during shipping. The seller doesn't honor their stated returns policy. So let me be very clear with you about this, okay? Even if the person says it's original, if it's listed as a final sale and it doesn't get authenticated, too bad. Sorry, okay? And there is no money back guarantee then. So let me explain to you what happened on my end, right? And let me look at something here. Okay, so on my end, what happened was they did this. This is the workaround that the seller did. When they put that it was BGS, Beckett Grading Service, whatever, I didn't even notice that. But even if I had, I would have looked at the picture and said, well, it's not. We can see it's not in the case. Who cares? Here's the catch. Because it had that it was graded, it then goes to a different authenticity facility than the one that checks for ungraded cards. That's where they get you. If they ship it, and this is what happened to me, it gets shipped to PSA or whatever it is, whoever's doing the authentication on slabs. They got it and they said, no, this cannot be authenticated because it doesn't match the description. And that's what the message said was, and you'll see this in the video that I'm attaching the link to, it was miscategorized. Okay, so it's miscategorized. What does eBay do? They still ship it to me. So not only does the certificate authenticity place have no obligation to authenticate it or do their due diligence because they stop at the point of, well, it's not a slab. If it's not a slab, it shouldn't be sent here. It should have been sent to another facility. So instead of sending it to the other facility or sending it back to the seller, they send it to me with a note that says, sorry, can't be authenticated. It's miscategorized. However, because, and it does say there's a final sale right here. Because it's a final sale, I'm screwed. Not only does this guy now take the 3-day, because you have a 3-day window for returns, but because it went to the authentication facility and didn't pass, and that took like 7 days, when I went to click return, as soon as I saw the message that it couldn't be authenticated, it said, you're out of your time frame. Sale's done, no returns. And I'm like, what the hell? So this guy is able to take an item, send it to, label it as whatever, it goes to the wrong authentication facility. They then say, sorry, can't authenticate it. And rather than go back to the seller who sold something that is not as described, they send it to me. And by the time it gets here, returns are done. All sales are final, no return window, I'm out. So I wrote the seller. I'm like, hey man, here's the deal. Your card didn't get authenticated. It failed. Here's why. I still want to work with you though, because I don't know. I hadn't seen the card yet. I was contacting him the day I got the email from eBay. He doesn't respond. He's now ghosting me completely. So I call eBay. I'm like, hey, look, I'm chatting with them first. And I'm like, listen, you send me something that says it's miscategorized. What the hell does that mean? What does it mean? And does that still mean that it is legitimate, but it's in the wrong category? What? The lady finally explains to me, because if you go to eBay and click on the email that they send you, they don't tell you shit. They don't tell you any. It's such a con bullshit game with them, all right? As a matter of fact, I feel as though it's a nonsense authenticity guarantee because they're not telling you that it's authentic. They're just telling you, here's this guarantee that if we say it's authentic, we guarantee that it is. So that if it turns out it's not, I suppose, they're going to do something to help you get your money back. What they're not going to do is they're not going to say, if it's not authentic, here's your money back. Okay? If they can't guarantee it, that doesn't mean you get your money back. It doesn't even mean the seller gets his card back. So I get them and I'm like, what's going on? Miscategorized. So I'm like, well, ma'am, what do I do? And she says, and I have it all typed, she says, you've got to get with the seller, set up a return. He has to get the item back, then repost the item, credit you back, or do a return, repost the item, remove the BGS thing, and then it will then go to the correct authentication facility. Well, that's all good and well if the guy takes the return, which he didn't. The eBay shut down my return, and the guy's ghosting me. So now what do I do? Well, here's what I did. I contacted eBay, and I recorded the call, and I also took the message, our chat, and I'm now on the phone with somebody, and I'm recording this, and I'm like, listen, you guys took this card, You said it couldn't be authenticated, and you sent it to me. This guy's ghosting me. I mean, I'll just dispute the charge, and I'll put it all out there and see what happens. The lady says, this next lady, she's very nice though. This lady's straight up. She's like, look, yeah, this is terrible. I don't understand what happened. Wait for the card to arrive, and I'll help you once it arrives. The card arrives. I open it live. That's what the video that I have attached below in the description, that video is going to show you that. I open it live. I put it under a microscope. I put it on a high-res scanner. I did everything, and it's clear to even somebody unskilled like me that it's completely fake. I file my, all of a sudden, I go now, and the lady did stick to her word. She reopened the ability for me to click return. So I click return, and this time it works. It doesn't say I'm past, the time has passed. So thankfully to this lady at eBay, she did her job, and she did very well. I put in the return, and the seller writes me, and he's like, I've been shopping on eBay a long time. I don't buy fake things, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hey, bud, it's cool. If you made a mistake or whatever, I'm just telling you, get this return, send it to the authenticity the right way, and then I'll buy it from you. Ghost me. Gone. So I ended up having, and so then we get to this point. So eBay finally says, they rule, okay, we're going to allow you to process a return. We've ruled in your favor. Here's a label. Ship it back. Once it arrives and we confirm it's arrived, we'll refund you. They ship me a first class label. I mean, it's literally, you can't insure this. You got nothing. It's the cheapest shit label you can get for a card that I paid $2,500 for. And if it doesn't arrive, I don't get my money. And I'm not putting it in the hands of USPS on a first class postage. So I end up going to the UPS store, spending $80, insurance plus shipping plus signature plus whatever, and the card arrives. I call eBay today because I got confirmation it arrived today. I have to wait because they're still giving this guy a chance to do the right thing and issue my refund before they step in. But here's the deal, guys. I don't understand what eBay's purpose is to put an authenticity guarantee when the card, it's supposed to protect you, and all it does is give you a false sense of hope. If the card fails for a reason like, oh, the guy put that it was a slab and it's not, tough shit. If it's a final sale, you're out. And that seems to be the way it works. There's no guarantee at all that what you're going to get is going to be protected by eBay. Because if they can't authenticate it, tough shit. So that's where my beef is with eBay. Why put this bogus nonsense up here and then in this other nonsense writing put all this crap about, well, if it's a final, all sales are final, they're only eligible if the item was damaged or if they don't honor their return policy. So it's not eligible if it's fake. It's not eligible if it's categorized wrong. It's not eligible if it's told to be an original and it's a reprint. So I did what most people would do. If you've paid using PayPal, you go straight to PayPal, right? So I went to PayPal. But because it was an eBay ID, an eBay purchase, they require me to send the correspondence from eBay. And they're like, you need to deal with eBay on this first. So I'm like, you get this runaround of nonsense. So, at the end of the day, let me just tell you, all right? It's kind of a crock of shit. If eBay wants to step in and guarantee, authenticity guarantee, and guarantee that it's authentic, and tell me that right here, items that display that they'll ship to an authenticator who inspects the prior, the inspection ensures that the item purchased matches the listing description and verifies the item's authenticity. Okay, that's what it's supposed to do. But if it doesn't or it can't, you're shit out of luck. That's bogus. That's crap. This card should have gone straight back to the seller. I should have gotten my refund. But instead, eBay's like, no, we're going to wash our hands of it. And oh, by the way, now you're out of your return time frame. Oh, and all sales are final from this guy. So all sales on fake shit are final. Nonsense. eBay, we've sat here and done videos. And I get it. I'm new. You guys, some of you guys are like, dude, we knew this the whole time. Well, I didn't. Okay? And I do this for my kids, with my kids. eBay sends shit like this. Here's a paper, or a protection, what do you call these damn things? Sleeve thing. This is how it came to me. This is how I got this sleeve. Okay? or my slab. So I got my slab. So I don't have a slab sitting here right now. Oh yeah, I do. Hold on, let me show you. This is how one of them came, just like this. All right, torn, just like that. What nonsense is this? This is complete nonsense. The card literally fell out. It's on one of my live videos. On the rest of them, and most of you know this, I don't know about this one. I don't want to damage this too much, but you could literally take these stickers off, okay? And it's supposed to be void. Okay? So let me ask you. Right? If I take watch this. Explain this to me. eBay. Let me do this real quickly. Let's say I take one of my I don't know. I'll take this. I'll take my Jeremy Pena. Okay? So now I get my little alcohol wipe here and I remove whatever little sticky residue there is, right? But the sticker itself, there's nothing wrong. I was able to peel it up and it doesn't, I mean, they barely put any of the stick. Now, assuming this wasn't torn, because this one I could just slide in. Hey, look, all of a sudden I put this back down. Now my eBay Authenticated is a Jeremy Pena card because the sticker doesn't matter. Oh, wait, especially if it's torn on the side. Oh, hey, now the slab doesn't matter, the thing doesn't matter, but the fact that you can literally grab one of these, right, and peel it up, and the void doesn't print off. So what do you mean void of damaged? There's no damage, so it's not void. So you could literally end up getting a piece of shit. Doesn't make sense to me. As a seller, this is the only one I've had torn, but there are countless ones on my videos where I've peeled the sticker up because I can't stand these things. And hey, you know what? I could then resell it to somebody else, put it in one of the little blue things that I hold that eBay sends you, little cardboard pieces, and you would believe it's still authenticated. How would you know? eBay provides you a false sense of security with their purchases right now. And I'm going to tell you, I've been an eBay customer since I think 1997 or 6 or something like, maybe 1999, whatever it is. And I cannot imagine that a company can succeed like this and offer guarantees and give you false hope when they don't know what the hell they're doing and their quality is beyond pathetic. That's my rant. eBay, step it up. We pay you a shit ton of money. You collect a ton in fees. And you're doing a shitty job protecting the buyers from con artist sellers out there that are just taken from everybody. Sorry, didn't mean to hit the button. All right, the video that I'm posting is my, trimmed version of a long video when I made that video that day, because I went through a lot of work to make sure I wasn't about to say something was fake when it wasn't, all right? I don't know if you're going to hate what I've done or agree or disagree, but at the end of the day, some people don't have the means to fight something like this, and I feel sorry for them. I was upset. I thought I was about to lose. I still haven't received my refund, so let me be very clear about that, but I will make sure I get it because I'll just dispute the charge. But it's up to eBay to protect us. They offer the guarantee. Their guarantee is bogus. Their guarantee is misleading. Their stickers and bullshit slab protectors are misleading. They convince you you're okay. They convince you the product is good. The product is right. And they convince you that if it's not, you'll be taken care of. Not true. That's my rant, guys. I'm new to this. I know, I'm sure some of you want to tell me to piss off. But look, I'm not here to make enemies in this. I'm here to help somebody who, may get affected by something like this. And to my seller, bro, don't ghost me. That's complete nonsense. I don't understand how you function, but I do this with my kids, all right? And for you to piss that off and totally screw it up, and I told you this was a gift, and you screwed me. Piss off. All right, guys, I'll talk to the rest of you later. Peace.